Now, Democratic organizations are flooding the creator community with cash and providing behind-the-scenes access.
Whoa, Kamala Harris is paying influencers to say good things about her online. No, it's not her, it's her super PAC. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, corruption, tyrants, and Satan, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters, because truth conquers. Now, the opposite of truth is paying people to manufacture a very deceptive picture of organic grassroots support. We love Kamala. She is the best. Trump is bad. Why are you saying that online? Because they paid me $10,000 to say it. So this is how I truly feel. And I'm also not going to disclose to my audience that they paid me. Okay, so you can see the headline here. This is going all around. Unlikable. That's an understatement of the century. Unlikable Kamala Harris accused of paying influencers for fake social media support. Scandal unfolds. Yes, it's true she's accused of that, and it's also true that she is doing that. And of course, it's not her directly, it's her campaign or the campaign's super PAC, so like shell companies, so she can appear to have her hands washed. It was like, nobody's voiced any support for you in 4 years. Now a lot of people are. That's probably just a coincidence. And we'll hear from some of the people who have been contacted and hear from some of the people who have chosen to receive money in exchange for voicing support to their followers about Kamala. Kamala, more like Kabbalah, is at the center of a new controversy. Accusations have emerged that her presidential campaign has been paying social media influencers to create posts and videos in her support. The scandal, of course, raised questions about the authenticity of her online backing and the ethics of her campaign tactics. Yeah, the ethics of deception. You know, is that ethical or not? You be the judge. The allegation suggests that Harris's campaign has engaged a company named Launch Viral to orchestrate a paid social media campaign. Advertisers purportedly run by this company have been circulating, offering influencers $150 plus additional incentives per post to generate supportive content for Harris on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. $150 per post will also see, direct from the horse's mouth, between $3,000 and $10,000 per post, and there's a $20,000 price tag if you, as an influencer, go to the DNC. More on that in a minute. These advertisements reportedly outline a specific set of instructions for influencers. Here's what you think. Now, tell your audience what we want you to think, as though it's what you think. They are encouraged to post memes using pre-approved assets, mention Kamala Harris in their posts, and use designated hashtags such as Kamala Harris and Harris 2024. According to these ads, the aim is to create the illusion of organic support among Gen Z users, a demographic crucial for any modern political campaign. Breaking, a Harris super PAC has been exposed for paying OnlyFans stars to promote her on social media. They even reached out to gay Trump supporter Michael Dougherty, who has since exposed them. Kamala definitely wouldn't want you to share this, so don't share this. But here is Michael Dougherty showing you how he was contacted by the Kamala Harris campaign.
All right, guys, time for some drag queen story hour. So about a week ago, I received this email from a group called Palette Media or Palette Management. And basically what they were asking for is $1,500 for anti-Trump content on TikTok.
Palettes, that's presumably an advertising agency that recruits influencers, and whatever the super PAC is, they would have contacted the ad agency who has connections to influencers, hire them. Hey, we have $30 million we want to put into this. Get some influencers on board with delivering our propaganda.
So they basically sent me this kind of like creator brief with all the asks that they have and everything, and like do's and don'ts, like don't show any form of support for Donald Trump and his allies, gloat about Harris and her allies, attack Trump supporters for their intellectual or personal values. So they're basically creating division and paying for division online, which is crazy. So me being me, I was like, I kind of got to investigate this stuff. So I started like emailing back and forth with the lady. So I basically said, thank you for sending over. I will review. Is the Kamala campaign, is this for the Kamala campaign or for like a PAC's campaign? And basically I was able to investigate and find out that this is actually a campaign with Future Forward, which is kind of like one of the biggest super PACs, and they have like millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars for advertisements for the Biden campaign and for the Harris campaign. So of course I looked them up and I found out all this information about all the money that they have, and yeah, you can look up them right here. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to come on to show you guys that yes, I'll sell my booty, but I ain't gonna sell my values.
That's an interesting take. This OnlyFans star will sell his booty, but he ain't gonna sell his values. I have a different perspective. I don't like to sell either. We'll get back to this deception in a second, but first let me tell you about something that is the opposite of deception. Bunker. Now get this, real men protect their families, and part of that means you are responsible for the security of your family's important documents and passwords. But as a freedom lover who values privacy, how are you gonna do that? Because you know you can't trust normal cloud storage services. Well, luckily now there is a solution that is on your side, and that's Bunker. Bunker is a secure cloud storage, password manager, surveillance-free messaging app, all for a fraction of the price if you were to purchase those individually. Did you know passwords continue to be the leading vector of online vulnerability? Bunker takes care of that for you. And their encrypted secure cloud storage eliminates other online attack vectors, meaning you are protecting your family. And with Bunker, you get no surveillance-free private messaging. Well, you might say, well, I use Signal, so I'm good. Well, you might be a little bit horrified when you find out that both Tucker Carlson and RFK Jr. reported that their Signal accounts were spied on. So because you're a freedom lover, you know that privacy is essential to freedom, and to be a protector of your family, I would invite you right now, go to the App Store or Play Store and download Bunker now. Again, calling all freedom-loving protectors, go to the App Store or Play Store and download Bunker now. Back to the video. So is it illegal or not? I don't know. I actually kind of doubt it. There are like disclosures, like the paid advertisement not being done. That part is certainly even more devious, but needing to pay people to create the illusion of support for someone who these people aren't authentically passionate, raving fans about, like they are with President Trump. That's deception 101. But wait, there's more. Here is a TikToker named Awa who has accepted payment in exchange for endorsing the Harris campaign to her followers.
Now, Democratic organizations are flooding the creator community with cash and providing behind-the-scenes access.
Come with me to meet the President of the United States.
We just have to be working with them. And if we're not, we're missing a huge way that voters are getting information about the world.
Rob Flaherty runs digital strategy, previously in the Biden White House and now for the Harris campaign.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
He called the highly memeable Harris a massive asset.
No. She's not an asset.
As the campaign reaches out to thousands of influencers.
What kind of coaching do you give influencers acting on behalf of the Harris campaign?
Talking points, resources, base language.
Well,
We turn them into useful idiots if they're willing to accept our money.
Flaherty says the Harris campaign does not pay influencers directly. CBS News found a constellation of other Democratic political organizations that do. In May,
It's like Fauci didn't fund the lab in Wuhan. Like he funded someone else that funded the lab in Wuhan. Fauci had nothing to do with it. Don't be an idiot.
Future Forward, the super PAC supporting Harris, hosted panels like Gaming the Algorithm and how advocacy can benefit your business.
In the first 100 days of a Republican presidency under Trump, Project 2025 talks about sacking thousands of civil servants.
And this is Awa doing her paid propaganda for Biden-Harris campaign. I don't know why I put propaganda in quotes. It is propaganda.
Last month, Sunday says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right, definitely.
She takes
Not almost, in her words. Definitely.
their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
What's
Not always. I've seen evidence to the contrary.
your rate?
So a video just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending and upwards.
Now, just to give you a scope of how much money these people are being paid, this lady that we just saw, Awa Sena, she has a TikTok following of 503,000 followers. And if you look at her videos, they don't get a lot of views. Relatively speaking, there's 18,000 views here, 19,000 views here, 1.5 million, something about Simone Biles' hair, nothing political there. This is one of her paid videos. I don't think she disclosed it on this one. 3,985 views, so less than 4,000 views. She said she gets paid between $3,000 and $10,000 per video and upwards. So let's just say $10,000 per video, and she's getting less than 4,000 views on that video. That is a lot of money being spent to deceive her audience into believing that she authentically supports a candidate that she wasn't voicing support for before she started getting paid for it. Here's one of her videos from the White House.
I just peed in the White House.
And on TikTok, if you go to hashtag CCA partner, you can see a lot of people being paid to, at the very least, pretend that they support Kamala. What made you support her? That check for $5,000, I just really felt like she knows what's best for our country because she paid me $5,000. So $150 at the very least, based on numbers I've seen, but more commonly $3,000 to $10,000 per video. The plot thickens even further because check this out. Kamala Harris pays influencers. Kamala Harris pays celebrities $20,000 to attend DNC. Celebrities being just online influencers. $20,000 to attend the Democratic National Convention, and presumably there's items in that agreement of you have to post so much, and in a positive light, here's the talking points, here's what we want you to say as we hijack your social media account because you're selling out, so that we can appear to have very organic support for Kamala Harris. Yeah, it's called astroturfing. It's making the illusion of an organic grassroots movement when in fact it's all artificially fabricated because of people accepting money. And here you can see more on the DNC paying influencers $20,000 as reported by Dom Luker on Twitter. Kamala Harris is allegedly paying influencers and celebrities $20,000 each to attend the DNC convention through PR agents. Kamala's not doing it. Remember, Fauci had a middleman, so he had nothing to do with what he did. There's an email that is being sent to influencers from public relation managers who got paid by the campaign to inform celebrities and influencers that they can be compensated by the DNC. It's like a football team paying fans $20,000 to go to the game that nobody wants to go to. In addition to pay, the DNC is offering flights, hotels, credentials to the convention, plus exclusive invites to private parties and events happening during the week in Chicago. Probably don't go to those parties. They're going to get you on videotape doing things so that you're controllable for the rest of your life. Influencers and celebrities are required to post on social media while at the event to be eligible. I've added the alleged email to the video below, which you can check out on Dom Luker's Twitter. So with all this coming to light, what the Kamala Harris campaign is doing when you compare it to the Trump campaign, where he's just standing for what he stands for, and then people organically rally around that, you can see one side functions with authenticity, the other side functions with deception. And if I didn't know any better, I would say evil has to act on deception, and authenticity, good, simply has to be because truth conquers. With that said, you get to decide who you're going to vote for. The junk food company Coca-Cola that has to spend hundreds of $millions advertising their product, or grass-fed regenerative beef because it is simply good for you. Let me know your thoughts on this on the comments below. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video, but until then, don't sell out.